Greetings, Twilight Struggle fans, and welcome to Twilight Struggle's Midwinter Classic, the ITSL All-Star Series here on Action Round Zero. Justin Abramson with you to kick things off. Seattle Conference Captain Michael Stone joins me today as well. We will get to him in just a moment. Now, for those of you who don't know the format, the All-Star Series is a best-of-7 competition between the two conferences. Once half the games in the ITSL season have been played, the player with the best record in each conference is named captain. The second and third place players also earn spots on the team. Then the captain selects 2 more players for the 4th and 5th slots. And then the final 2 All-Star selections are made by the community, as each conference votes for its preferred representatives, and the top 2 vote getters in both the Seattle and Torun conferences join the team. So, before we get to this one, we'd like to introduce the teams to you. First, for the Torun Conference, they will be led by Rodrigo Lasso of Spain, who has had a charmed start to the ITSL season at 11-1 to earn the captain's chair. Bolaj Olversky took the runner-up slot in his very first ITSL campaign, so congratulations to him, while defending champion Zimowit Pazderski took third in what feels like, I don't know, maybe his 100th ITSL campaign. Rodrigo then selected Bidart Laracoechea and Roger Eri to join them on the team, while the community voted in Mathias Heinze and Katya Matkuskaya to round out the squad of 7. And now, who better to introduce the Seattle side than its captain, Michael Stone. Michael, welcome to the show. Pleased to have you aboard for this one. Why don't you introduce us to the Seattle team?
Oh, very glad to be here, Justin. First time commenting on a game, and what better game to start off with? So joining me with the Seattle Conference is David DiCarlo and Junru Lee, the second and third place players. And then I had the privilege to nominate a certain Justin Abramson to join the team along with Max Goldman.
A couple of bums, I think.
Voted in the player we'll be watching today, Jinxi Yu. You can tell I practiced that. As well as Team USA's very own Michael Stryker. So, very solid matchup of players.
Yes, indeed. We've got a great, we've got some great players on both sides. I'm very excited to see the the overall All-Star Series. You'll be able to see those games right here on Action Round Zero. Now, I do believe, unfortunately, that Bolaj's game was lost to time. I think one of the players tried to record it and was not, and the recording was corrupted or something of that nature, so we won't have that game, but we will have all 6 of the other games right here on Action Round Zero. We will broadcast them for you, one each day, all in a row, and I know this is going to be the first one, even though this might not have been the first game played. So, without further ado, let's get to this one, where we'll have Mathias and Jinxi, the top community vote getters, going head-to-head in their battle for conference supremacy, right here on Action Round Zero, Twilight Struggle's biggest stage. Now, we are watching from Mathias' side today, from the Torun Conference. He is the USSR. So, Michael, what do you make of this opening hand?
Well, high ops, low access. For headlines, Cambridge or Nazis probably, but yeah, 2 big 4 ops, Fidel, IP war in case things go wrong in Iran, Pakistan. I would take this hand.
Yeah, this isn't bad. Jinxi going with the, no surprise, Chinese opening here. This would, to me, would be a CNS headline. But okay, Cambridge 5. Well, Cambridge 5 was probably hunting for Asia, and it was headlined instead. So a good decision by Jinxi to get it out.
We're thinking of an Italy coup. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, well,
just teasing us with that coup.
Yeah, thinking hard about the Italy coup. Would have needed a 4 to succeed there. Just need a 2 to hit in Iran, and hits a 6. So big role there in the Middle East. We know Jinxi does not have any more scoring cards. Obviously would have headlined Middle East over Asia if he had it. So I suspect we'll see him patch up West Germany, get out of Israel. Yeah, that makes sense.
Only one in Egypt. Leaves it a little vulnerable.
Yeah, a little bit vulnerable. I don't know about you, Michael, but I would trigger Captured Nazi right now, I think.
I agree with that. I don't think there's any rush to go into Pakistan right now. Also, don't want to drive DEFCON down though. Just
Yeah.
going back to my earlier
I
comment about
completely
Egypt.
agree with you, Michael. I'm a little surprised you go into Pakistan immediately. Asia is scored, and I don't want to give that coup target, particularly because I don't have access. So if Jinxi decides to coup Pakistan, he's going to get Thailand right away. Okay, instead gets to Libya. That makes sense. The one in Egypt makes sense. You have to think that Mathias would have headlined Nasser over Cambridge 5 if he had it. Mathias does
True.
get space right there, so that's fine. I wonder if we'll see a throwaway one-op coup. No, we won't.
Nope, still playing ops, taking Egypt.
I'd like to see one in India. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, we have IP war, but it come back and Pakistan's still vulnerable to a coup.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'd have even gone into Pakistan with Iran sitting at 4 because we still need a coup out of Jinxi. I think this would be Korean War take South Korea if it were me.
Yep. Yeah, that's I think I would agree with that. I guess he's trying to force the issue in Thailand by making the slow crawl there.
Oh, that's
You
very
know, yeah, what do you do
interesting.
with this other op?
Okay, I like that. Yeah, Korean War take South Korea is certainly the by the book play, but yeah, this walk to Thailand to potentially force the issue is interesting.
I might have put that one op in Syria. That way, a Nasser headline gives you, well, or there's Nasser, gives you domination.
Yep. Okay, it looks like he's going to try the Nasser coup and just gets one out of there.
Yeah, see, now if you want Egypt, you don't have ops to take it.
Yep. Okay, and then he
Yeah,
goes
he's forcing the issue in
Laos.
Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah. I like this line of play from. I like this line of play from Mathias. I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have played so hard into Asia, but it's often the
No, it's the one.
most. It's often the most open region on turn one. Even though it's scored, it can be a good investment. So he didn't have access cards, but as you said, he had lots of ops, so he decided to make his own access, and now he's going to have a chance at a big coup on Thailand if he wants one on AR1.
Yep, and it could be a Vietnam aided coup if he wants to headline that. His only other headline might be blockade fishing for D-stall.
Yeah, I think Vietnam is better. Suez is also not bad. It's really annoying in Europe, even though we don't have access to France yet.
You know, and it eliminates access to Lebanon, which
Yes.
Lebanon's an important country.
Okay.
The blockade gets defectors.
I was worried about defectors. All right, would you take the big China card coup in Thailand now with Asia scored, or would you just do something else?
Oh, I'd probably take the coup. I think that's what he's going to do. Oh, not quite enough.
Okay, so
On the
doesn't
other hand,
go. Yeah, go ahead.
he's got to repair Thailand or give up his own coup.
Yep.
So
So if he had gone with the China card, then Matthias would have gotten one in Thailand, but still wouldn't have been enough to take it. So now he can repair. Presumably, got to put. Okay, just gonna put one in there. So he could. That does leave the China flip open, but I think the coup here is better probably.
yeah, and I would go Panama since we haven't seen D-stall yet and blockade got defected.
Yep, that's
Doesn't
right.
pan out, but I think that was the right decision.
Yep. Yeah, and I agree with just a two-op coup there. So now we'll see. Certainly, we'll see Lebanon. I expect we'll see Lebanon taken. If Jinxi's got a four-op, I would expect one Lebanon, two Egypt, one Thailand to even up the Middle East
Hmm.
and protect Thailand from a potential China flip.
Justin, how are you handling Marshall with this hand?
Ugh.
Giving it and just giving up on Europe? Well,
Okay, well,
there goes Europe.
there's Europe. I would not give Marshall personally. I hate giving Marshall, particularly with De Gaulle and Sock Govs both unseen. I think I'd hold Marshall. I would give up independent Reds. I'd space NORAD. We also haven't seen UN, I believe, so maybe we can UN it on turn 3.
That's correct. We have not.
He also double space is now a thing, so we could see independent Reds or Marshall spaced on AR5.
Yeah, and going for the those two VP, always nice.
Yeah,
The
independent
downside of
Reds.
that is
Yeah.
then you can see it in
Go ahead.
whatever card you hold through. Whatever card you hold through, you don't have to see until the late war.
Right.
So you could force. I'd probably space independent Reds, play containment, hold Marshall.
That would be my play as
CUM.
well. But Lebanon still has not been taken. I wonder if we'll see it
Yeah, I
taken
think we're
right
going to see
here.
it right now. No, I don't understand that. Overprotecting France when it was just scored and Suez is gone.
So maybe that play is because he's about to give de Gaulle and he wants to take Algeria with de Gaulle.
Yes, no, that's the only thing that makes sense. Truman, I think, was still unseen.
Yes.
So I don't know that there would be a huge rush to overprotect France.
Yep.
Even
Okay.
if you had to give de Gaulle.
So independent Reds is gonna go off for 3 in Romania. It's a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world certainly for Mathias. Well, AI war. Gonna take Egypt. Still nobody wants Lebanon.
Oh, and yeah, if you'd taken Lebanon, that's 2 VP.
Yeah, that's 2 VP, and also now
And no access to Lebanon.
Yeah, no access to Lebanon for Jinxi.
Not sure Mathias needs to take it there as opposed to taking Saudi, since he already has Syria. But Lebanon's always a good country to have. So
Yeah, I think that's fine. I also understand taking Vietnam, although Vietnam is in the will come back into the deck. Okay, Warsaw. Yeah, so now with independent Reds given, you're not going to do a greedy Warsaw or anything. But if you hadn't given it, you might have put 2 in Yugoslavia to stop Europe down, put a little pressure on there. What do you think of the decision, Michael? Would you have spaced independent Reds, or did you like giving it to take India?
probably would have spaced it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, we see a North Korea jam. And oh boy, okay, more high ops. And so I believe that's all. Is that all 5? 4 ops here?
NATO, US, Japan. Yep. That's all 5 ops to our Soviet player.
Yep. So all 5 to Mathias, but he doesn't get any access. He doesn't get Nasser. He doesn't get de Gaulle. And of course, no D cards. There goes the Middle East headline. And yeah, taking Saudi would have been 3 VPs there. Instead, yeah, with Lebanon, he doesn't get any. So do you like the duck for ops to take North Korea back here?
I sometimes like to play duck for ops. I'm not sure I would do it here because I think I want the coup in Panama because Jinxi has D-stall.
Yeah. Now I think was D-call spaced or
D-call was spaced, but
yeah.
We haven't seen D-stall yet. We haven't seen socialist. Middle East was unknown. I have the card tracker up, but I haven't been fully paying attention to it.
Okay. Well, you're a better man than I don't even have a card tracker up. But yeah, I agree. You really want to get something into the left side of the board because we know that Jinxi has D-stall and it won't be coming back for us. And the other thing is giving up North Korea always hurts as the USSR, but it doesn't look like it's a country that's going to decide Dom at the moment.
No, and man, he really wants to overprotect France, which is something you appreciate. But we have U.S. Japan, so we don't have to give that up if we don't want to.
Correct, and he doesn't have. That's of course the other thing that I failed to point out is that Mathias purged Jinxi, so he wasn't going to be able to fight for North Korea.
Would you favor eventing blockade on this turn to force D-stall into the discard?
Well, blockade. Remember, with the purge, that might empty West Germany.
That's true. I had forgotten about it. Yeah.
However, so normally when I have my opponent purged and I have blockade, I like to trigger blockade sooner rather than later. But it's less important now. There goes D-stall to space. And he hits the roll. It's less important now because I believe he also has Truman. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, I don't think we've seen Truman or SOC Govs.
So I think you want to actually trigger blockade late here. There goes de Gaulle. Okay, now we should... I assume this will be Algeria. No, okay, really worried about Europe. And Mathias says, great, I'll take Algeria. That's Matthias's only influence in the mid-war regions.
Yeah, we're looking at a coup of South Africa next turn.
Yeah. Oh, sock govs. Well, this is a brutal purge hand. This is one of those classic hands that's perfectly fine and manageable if you are not purged, but when you get purged, all of a sudden it's a disaster. De Gaulle and sock govs, two perfectly fine cards to have. And now we can see why Jinxi gave up on Algeria, because he knew he was going to have to give these bad events. So it's been a tale of ops versus access here so far. I would get at least one into West Germany here. I maybe even two, but certainly no more than that. Again, why? Unless I have missed it, one of the two cards in Jinxi's hand is Truman, but we don't have much else better to do here.
I mean, poking one into Thailand could be annoying, or just event Japan, jam Japan.
I like this move more than most. But yeah,
a decall redraw threatens a flip of Thailand and a control of Asia.
Yep. Yeah, Japan jam Japan is fine. I want one in there. Okay, that's fine. With Middle East scored though, and none of the other regions scored.
Yeah, I mean, you're setting up for a Muslim play.
Yeah.
And it's an OPEC point, but
yeah, that's fine, but okay. We'll see we'll see if we see Truman here. I'm sure. Yeah, we are. So we are going to see Truman. So I wonder if he had a really bad redraw, because I think that's a card you'd have loved to hold. Oh, and there's CIA, which unfortunately would have been free if Algeria had not been taken. Now could be a little bit of an issue. But we finally get the access we want. We get Libs, which is great. We get Africa. And I wonder, how do you handle this? You obviously can't headline CIA. Do you headline Libs? Do you head like Africa? Do you like Quag? What do you like?
Well, I like getting NORAD off before Quag. Well, there goes defectors. There goes our access.
And that's a brutal defectors.
See, I don't know if I'd coup though. Well, then he coups. Yeah. I think we're just having to hold CIA through. Maybe try to Quag on AR7 to make next turn easier to get off CIA.
I think so. I don't know. This might be crazy. I think I might have headlined Africa, and then given CIA AR1.
I don't know if that's crazy. I don't know if that's crazy because I don't know if we're getting many more points from Africa. He can make the crawl up through Angola and Zaire now.
Yeah. Right.
That's exactly what he's going to start doing.
So we've got to dump Africa immediately now for 0 instead of what would have been 2. But you certainly didn't want to show Africa with CIA. Yeah, and that's a problem. Would you try? Do you like the Miracle Realliance here in Venezuela, or do you just kind of wave the white flag in South America?
I know. I think you got to try the Miracle Realliance. You don't have access down there. You don't have that much else to do with your ops other than take Japan. And I'm fine using Che for it. Yeah, and he gets it. You don't have a great secondary target, but
that's fine. Yeah, getting him out of Venezuela is huge. Libya's still sitting there. He just has OAS right back in.
Yeah, I at this point I don't know if I would try the realigns again. I think you got to start spacing.
He does have double space,
It's double
but
space, but for now.
yeah, if you space Camp David and if you space Camp David and then Jinxi responds by spacing, then you have to you have to self trap or play China, which you don't want to do either one of those with this hand.
Yeah, I don't like playing Camp David. I think it's fine in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those events I always try to trigger as the U.S. and hate giving up as the USSR. But if you're going to use it to get Libya, I'm good with it. Oh, AI war. That's annoying.
Yeah, I think now's a fine time to space.
Yeah. Bear Trap has to be spaced. Quagmire has to be an event because we gave NORAD. So Bear Trap, you space, and then I think Quagmire and OPEC are both events, right?
Yes.
And okay.
That could have been his hold card last turn.
Yeah. So yes, that I was wondering. Yes, maybe he had decall. So yeah, he gets it out now. And then Quag for the event, and you're gonna kind of cross your fingers, see if you get lucky here. Oh, big miss. Especially now that we're going to have to give CIA. Oh, and we get South America. So that's interesting. You could what do you think here, Michael? Would you dump it in the headline for just 3 and be done with it? Or would you say, you know what? Now that my opponent's purge, I'm going to try and take a big coup and even it out and hold CIA yet again?
When we have Brezhnev to get out from CIA since we missed our space roll.
Yes, Brezhnev is the headline here.
Yeah, I think Brezhnev's the headline. Maybe there's an argument for lads. There's a way to like calculate through that because you're getting at least another back-to-back AR. Europe's not the scoring you wanted to see from him, but you weren't really fighting him there anyways.
Okay, yeah. So you get the coup in Brazil. You're going to get back-to-back ARs. Anything but a 1 here is fine. If you're Mathias. Now, I should also say, this is not a very good... Okay, well, that gets a 6, so there you go. This is not a very good Brezhnev hand other than CIA. Obviously, Brezhnev is the right place so you can get rid of it. But Fidel is an event. South African is an event. You also have 2 scorings and a 4-op. So this is only going to be a 2-op Brezhnev other than CIA, but obviously still very much worth it to get that problem out of your hand. Yeah. Oh, and another miss.
Yeah, so now you can use the lads and I guess jam into Venezuela, make them presenceless.
I think I'd go 1 Venezuela, 1 Uruguay.
If you're,
he's just going to score now. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and since we can space CIA, then this is fine. Giving up China's fine. With all 3 China cards unseen.
Yeah. Okay, he's out.
Finally gets out.
I think you score the 6. That's fantastic. Wow. South America was looking ugly, but 2 missed Quag rolls can change quite a lot in Twilight Struggle.
Oh, you watched me miss I think 9.
Yeah.
9 Quag rolls in my game against Jeremy. That was my first ITSL loss of the season.
Oh, that is miserable. Okay, so Central and Asia both still not scored. Southeast Asia certainly not getting better for Mathias. He wants to get rid of it as soon as he possibly can.
Yeah, he needs to dump that, space CIA, play South African. You're holding 2, so maybe you're holding 1 small step in lads. You could hold South African, but...
Yeah. That's right.
Actually, under Brezhnev, I think you should hold South African and CIA if you're holding 2.
Yeah, you got to get rid of CIA. Yes. So far, this has been a 0-op Brezhnev. Yeah, you've got to score, you've got to space CIA, and so you only have 1 AR left to just play ops. So yeah, okay, we go to Haiti, but that is kind of playing into Jinxi's hand a little bit because now Jinxi can get nice, easy 2 mil-offs by cooing Haiti, and we can't respond to that. I think you're going to have to give up these real lines.
Yeah, and if he makes it, you coup in.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, we have to score, we have to space. Yeah, I think I like scoring first given the next two ops could have gone to Indonesia and Philippines. But yeah, I think you have to give up these roles.
Yeah, you have one AR to space, one AR to fight for Cuba, and you got to fight for Cuba, as I learned very painfully in a match when I was out of Cuba when my opponent played Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh,
Oh, just
okay. Yeah, I think
yeah,
this
no,
is.
I'm fine doing that
Yeah,
now.
this makes sense. I like refilling Cuba, and then you're gonna hope he doesn't out.
Mm, no, I like refilling Cuba
I'd
better.
rather refill and go 180. Yeah, I think this is fine. Or honestly, just refill and not go 180 because now we're giving mill ops.
He could get mill ups from
Yeah,
Uruguay, but
that's true.
Haiti's a much more attractive target.
Yep. So let's see if he has the ops available to coup Haiti and then realign, or if he's got obligations to deal with. Just a one op coup. Needs a 3 here. He gets it.
Seeing a lot of ops from Jinxi's hand.
Yep. And now we will see if he has ops with which to realign. So yeah, just a 2 op Brezhnev in the end, but a very impactful 2 ops. Of course, he did have Mathias did have the opportunity to get rid of CIA permanently on turn 4, and decided not to. Decided to take a coup in Libya instead. So it could come back in the late war. We will see.
It was a 6 VP risk.
Okay, going to realign with Salt. Salt would be a nice event. Okay, does get him out, but you can't event it with the mill op situation how it was. Okay,
Well,
more good ops here.
oh my gosh, more huge ops. I will say with Salt, the only good things to Salt for, I think, the only blue thing is Bear Trap, maybe? Bear Trap and Purge.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen any of the power cards yet, so it would have been just Purge. Grain. Obviously, Grain a good headline, but I don't think we're particularly worried about any of these cards being stolen with Grain.
I think South African is the event I want to get out. It doesn't really help you much immediately.
Yeah, unless you want. No, CMC is not even great. CMC denies the coup, but I don't think he's that excited about cooing anyway, is he? I mean, I guess he's
No, I mean
cooing.
he's cooing Algeria.
Yeah, he's going to coup Algeria. Okay, yeah, hits Olympics, just a 2 op.
He won't be eventing that in the headline.
Yes, so we will not with DEFCON 2. So, okay, so now he's not going to coup. He'll just, presumably, fill Mexico?
Yeah, Phil Mexico, Phil South African. At some point, he has to retake Japan, but no, Mexico is my priority on this board.
Yep. Asia and Central both unscored. Now, we've not seen Kennedy, right? So Jinxi could have Kennedy for Asia. So this is one of those boards where the VP track and the board are seemingly at odds with each other because Jinxi is ahead in Central, he's ahead in South, he's ahead in Europe, he's ahead in Africa, behind in the other 2 regions, and yet he is down 14 VPs on the board. I would just fill up Cuba here, I think, right? If you're Jinxi?
Yeah, you need the points, and you're so far behind on the space race that I don't think it's going to be too much of a DEFCON problem. I think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah. Usuri is a powerful event, but not powerful enough to make a difference in this Asia.
Like I hinted at, there goes, well, maybe.
I think this is fine. Yeah, you're gonna give up these points in Central.
Yeah, and if he doesn't score it now, you could coup Haiti with Willie if you wanted, and try to fight country count. But fighting country count in Central just doesn't ever.
Yeah, and there's Kennedy has got to see Asia here. Yep, there it is.
Let's see, Gunman Asia Omit Puppets going too.
Interesting. So he's fishing. So got rid of Gunman in Asia, which is great. Portuguese, which is a problem, but two other cards because we haven't seen Brush, we haven't seen ABM, we haven't seen Junta, right? So he's not just getting rid of bad cards; he is actively fishing for good stuff.
And fishing for central scoring. He wants to score
yes.
now before the.
Sorry, yes, of course, not just power cards, but central. Probably even more important than power cards. I'd like to see Japan taken here. I honestly, with a 2-op, what would you think about just going one Japan and one maybe Saharan? And then if he takes out of West Germany to coup Saharan, which I don't think he would do, then we can rush West Germany.
Yeah, and keeping the 4-op for that West Germany rush. No, I like that. I didn't see that immediately, but
I'm not sure it's a great play, but and especially because CRG is out there. I mean, we might just see a CRG response, which makes the Saharan play pretty weak. But let's see.
No, I would. They're pretty much neuter it.
Yeah, all the CRGs out there, all the power cards out there, and of course the most important card, Central America scoring.
Now, correct me, I don't know if we've seen 5-year plan. So if we get 5-year plan, that could help us dump Central if he didn't draw it. I can't remember if that was played earlier.
I'm not sure.
Okay. There's one of those power cards you were talking about.
Brush of Brazil, just a 1. Okay, yep. And this is a good event. So we are playing all of these cards, unless we want to trigger cultural and play China and hold the Pope. But the Pope is getting triggered anyway. Okay, there's Arms Race. Trying to claw back in. I would have dumped Central before playing either of those cards. So I don't think Jinxi found Central.
I think your Saharan walk, though, is more attractive now that Jinxi has his mill ops. It makes the Saharan coup much less attractive.
Yep. So, okay, shuttle for 3 ops. Gonna fight for South Africa.
That's interesting.
Boy, anybody who's ever watched my stream knows that I don't like to leave Poland at 1-4 after the Pope, but okay.
No, I mean, South African's important, though. You want to make it hard for him to take it. You want to keep ops in there so you can try to realign it with Botswana. But we're going to need some more ops in Poland.
Yes.
That's for sure.
We'll need more ops in Poland by the late war. It is turn 6, not turn 7. But yeah, presuming that we see, puppets would have been a nice event here to get you to Nigeria, probably get you to Afghanistan as well. Maybe for a Pakistan flip, but that's still not enough to stop to really make progress in Asia. But CRG is still around to get to Nigeria. So South Africa will be an important country.
Yes, indeed. I'm trying to think of big cards we haven't seen in the mid-war. Have we seen Flower Power?
We have.
NTB, we did. Okay, we saw Flower Power. We haven't seen NATO, Marshall, or ABM.
I thought Marshall was held on turn 2.
Marshall? Yes, he did hold Marshall through because he evented it with UN. So I'm trying to look for 4 ops for Missile Envy because Missile Envy is to come.
And there it is.
So all the red, as I say it out loud, there it is. Not going to event it, not going to hold it either.
Yeah, I think triggering Willie is fine. Give him something to do. Get you a VP. And not too early to think about war games. Assuming you give up a central control here, that's going to be 7. But if you can hit space, that still keeps you above war games range heading into the late war.
And the Europe domination is pretty tenuous with none of the Mediterranean countries taken. France not overprotected. Poland also not overprotected. UK not overprotected. Italy only sitting at 3. NATO not into effect, so a brush of Italy is still on the table. Um, really, other than Central, all of the scorings look potentially red prior to this VOA, which is going to certainly do some work on that ground.
Okay, so we get Junta and Central. We also get Purge, which is a big redraw. And we redraw VOA, which is not spaceable. We get Alliance, though, that is. And that's another huge card. Alliance is 5 right now. So that is going directly to space. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah, definitely like seeing that in our hand.
Junta will stop central control, so very unlucky there for Jinxi. He's not going to be able to score this control unless something really crazy happens. I guess you could see Junta flipping Panama and then the roll failing, have to take it on AR1, and then Jinxi coups back with ABM. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Are you headlining Junta, or would you headline Red Scare and then play Junta? Well, the reasons you just said, that's probably not the...
I think you have to headline it.
I think you have to headline... Well, plus Red Scare is your only big 4-up card.
Yep, okay.
After that, you've got just a series of 2-ups.
Okay, so big IP war roll, still not enough. So yeah, and the other reason now is you have to lower DEFCON. So you've got to go Panama. Yeah, I think you go Panama. Mexico's okay, but it's too realignable for my taste. I prefer Panama. And then if you miss, you've got to go to Mexico, to Pakistan with Purge, because you definitely don't want to lose Pakistan. What about you, Michael? Do you prefer Mexico or Panama here? Mexico does give you an extra point. Well, if you're going to roll like that.
If you're going to roll like that, I like Mexico. I know I probably would have gone Panama. It's easier to get back access to Panama, and I've been realigned out of Mexico too many times.
Yeah, I don't know that I would even go 1 Guatemala. I might go 2 Algeria, and if he wants to roll and try and get 4 out of Mexico, have at it.
Yeah, with Mexico being so overprotected, and Guatemala is now just a 2 target. Now we're going to have to fight over cooing there.
And I don't think I want to fight over that. We've got, our hand is not very good. Okay, yeah, there's CRG.
Yeah, we have a lot to do, not a lot of ops to do it with, and I think I would get rid of Nixon right now and just take Algeria back.
Yeah, or would you score Central for even and give up on Algeria?
I don't know. I think I want Algeria, even though it's realignable.
Okay.
Because otherwise we're probably, we could be giving up Africa control.
That's true.
We still might be giving up Africa control.
One big set of rolls. And Africa, and yeah, we could see a U.S. Africa control. Now, two other reasons to take Guatemala. One is obviously it stops Dom, so that might be why he took it instead of Algeria. And the other reason, of course, is that an ABM coup of Mexico if we don't go Guatemala, an ABM of coup of Mexico 50-50 to empty him out. And that would have been enough. So a 4 would have been enough. But with Guatemala, now you need a 6 to flip Mexico with ABM. So I suspect it will be used elsewhere. But there's a lot of Twilight Struggle left this turn. Ooh, 5-year plan. That could have been a great event. Interestingly, going for Angola first.
Now, Voice is a redraw, so he doesn't know that Mathias has it.
Yes.
If he did, it would have, I think, certainly been an event, although it's not completely safe with Duck out there.
Right, yeah. Could have seen a Duck redraw. And also, Alliance would have been a nice card to catch with it, but none of the other cards really would have been. Okay, now, boy, a lot of Africa stuff going on.
Now do you take the roll on South Africa? It's risky, but...
do you have? Yeah, I don't think you have a better target. Mexico at -1 with it overprotected like that.
1?
I think I like South Africa. Yeah, it gets 1 out. Okay, misses on the coup. I wonder if Jinxi redrew Africa. Because he ignored Guatemala. Normally, situation like that, Central is a known scoring. You want to fight for Dom. But he ignored it. Meantime, we've got a space, and then we've got a 2-op, and Allende's got to be an event.
Yeah, we need that ops in Chile.
Okay, so if we saw an Africa redraw, that's 11 and would swing the VP track blue for the first time maybe this whole game.
Yeah, I mean, an Africa score plus a Europe score, and we're looking at Jinxi being on the door of War Games victory.
Yeah.
Being on the doorstep of a War Games victory. Try to say that 3 times.
Okay, a UN of We Will Bury You. So that was a redraw, and he's just going to take Chile.
Yeah, agree with that.
Alliance to space, which we knew was going to happen. And now will we see Africa? No. Suez to space, try to stop the double. That will miss as well. What's left here? Israel? South Korea. Yeah, I guess you got to overprotect, given that India got flipped. Okay.
And we don't have China, and cultural is, we might not get cultural, and he can space it. So.
Yep. Nixon is gone, but I believe Usuri and cultural are in the deck. And it's gonna be turn 8 here, and France still sitting at not overprotected, and Italy's not overprotected either. So we still could see some noise made in Europe on both sides. Eastern Europe's looking pretty weak as well, with Warsaw gone.
It is, but Mathias has a lot of access to the 2-stab non-battlegrounds. He could country count away this Europe Dom.
Especially if he gets the ops that he's been getting.
Yeah. So
we've got a control and a domination and 2 regions where the U.S. is ahead in battlegrounds. Conversely, on the USSR, so we knew about ABM. We knew ABM was the final.
I was just gonna ask about it, but there's nowhere to use it. I guess he could have done it in Libya, but
okay. So he gets a 4th into Italy, but he doesn't overprotect France, and indeed, Mathias does get reformer.
Yeah. Now defectors is potentially around, although we have headline peak. So
we also have defectors in our hand.
There it is. Yeah, no, I hadn't quite looked through this. We do have Solidarity, which is also unspaceable. Glad to see defectors in our hands. Sadat's not a problem. AWACS is our space card, and Star Wars is not. Ooh, terrorism.
Yeah, terrorism could be great. It could also be really uncomfortable. Terrorism hitting VOA would be really nice, but having to give that up on ourselves is not great. Thrilled to see Reformer in our hand, but what we don't have in our hand is a 4-op to follow up and take France. So this may be a more defensive Reformer. I would put 2 in Poland. Because we're going to have to give solidarity now.
I'm not sure what the 2 in UK actually gets us. I would rather see those 2 in Portugal.
Okay, there goes defectors. Not a terrible hit, but now we're giving up solidarity and we're giving up VOA, and I don't think we're just giving up AWACS here to just jam ops into any of these countries. Yeah, we want to. Star Wars, fine.
We have to do that coup, and that is terrible roll.
That's a brutal one for Mathias. So now Jinxi has got a lot of work to do in Europe to fix that.
Yeah, and just a 3-op. But he's going to fight for Africa. I guess we coup again.
Yeah, you coup. You need a 3. And then he's going to have to put 2 in Nigeria. Then we're going to trigger Portuguese. But then we run out of ops and we have some problems.
Yeah. What's VOA going to do on this board, though? Well, okay, we get enough to get in there. we're going to lose Libya to VOA, probably.
Yeah, VOA, I guess, is not that bad. Libya, for sure. That'll be annoying. And then what else? Okay, 2 Nigeria, 1 France. Yeah. Portuguese.
Yeah, you just got to be annoying down there as much as you can. No, I think I got to do Portuguese first. I mean, you're
yeah, we're not going to be able to win this fight, but I would trigger Portuguese first. this doesn't do a ton for us because he'll dump the scoring if he has it, and if he doesn't have it, he can just take Ivory Coast.
Plus, we're going to need those ops to repair or prep in other places.
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't have the scoring.
AWACS to space, yeah, and he hits the roll, so now he has discard, but he's not going to be able to discard any of these. South African to space. Will he finally stop the double? He finally does.
And we've mentioned it before, but I believe Truman is still around.
Yep, and we don't have the resources to deal with a Poland jam here, but I also don't think Jinxi is going to jam Poland when West Germany is still sitting out there.
No, he'd need to retake that first.
Yeah.
And nobody wants Israel.
Yeah, it is the only battleground out that's unspoken for and has been so for a while. Marine barracks.
That's not going to do much.
Yeah, I think it's that, so a brush of Egypt completely knocks him out, maybe.
Yep. Also takes away the ability to poke into Iraq or. Yep. Now you can't really respond to that.
Okay, yeah, VOA, we're losing Libya. And something else that will just repair.
Yeah. I would probably go Pakistan.
Yeah, I think that's right. And then the two will just go right back into Pakistan. So VOA, not that terrible. It's only going to cost us one battleground. And a battleground that shouldn't decide domination.
I guess you could also put one out of Angola to make it less flippable. It's a little more defensive, though.
Libya for sure. One Pakistan for sure. Yeah, he'll go both Pakistan. I like that. And I like repairing. That's fine. Libya, not a terrible battleground to lose. Still going to have Dom in the Middle East. Aldrich going to dump. Big scoring? No. Gunman.
Oh, gunman.
Okay, so you're disappointed to see that if you are Mathias, but you're also happy not to lose one of your big scorings.
Yes.
Oh, and there's Brush.
There's Brush. D-stall coming just a smidgen late. Puppets will probably be our discard at the end of the turn. Duck can go to space.
Yeah, and interestingly, so with special gone, Jinxi took Portugal and not UK, and that could be large here with Brush. So Brush
it makes
now
the Brush
not missile envy, and we have Duck. So we've got a headline Glasnost, which was a great headline anyway. Never mind.
Yeah, and then we give Duck, and then we deny Jinxi a coup. It's a 2 VP Duck at that point.
Well, no, because we have to use missile envy on AR1.
But we
sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. I was like, wait, am I wrong?
Yeah. So we will give Duck. We'll use missile envy on AR1. What I'm sure Mathias would love to do is he would love to score Europe on AR1, but he will not be able to do that.
You can use Glasnost for realigns. India, pretty realignable right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good move, but it's an interesting move.
That's a fun play. We'll call it a fun play.
We'll call it the fun play. Yeah. Not the good play, though.
I don't understand.
I think all these just need to go into France.
I think if you're going to do one in France, I think you need to put them all in France. I think I like that. Put them all in France. You give Duck. DEFCON goes down to 3. And then you put two more missile envy ops into France. This I like this. I don't know if double poking helps us. What do you think?
No, I think double poking does not help us. It's either everything into France or um, poke France, take Greece, and cut them off in Turkey and country count them,
Yeah.
which is something I've been advocating for, which I don't think he's of a mind to do, and doesn't always work. But now the problem with this is, yeah, we might get out of Europe, but Africa's still looking real bad.
Yep. So, okay, just going to dump
And there it
Africa.
is. Okay, we're going to be able. So now we have to take France. We take our own.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Oh, D-stall is interesting. And then you can take France, Czechoslovakia, and two Libya.
yeah, yeah. No, I'd put at least one in Libya.
And then if we eat a coup here,
I
okay,
don't hate this. I'd like the one in Libya though. OPEC is still around.
yeah,
OPEC is still around, and North Sea hasn't been played. So
okay. I think maybe he's hoping to brush Egypt and
yes,
just completely knock him out of the Middle East.
yeah. Putting one in Libya would encourage Jinxi to take
Yeah.
Libya.
So I think you want to put two in Libya or none at all. Okay, Reagan
Yeah,
bombs to stop Dom. Now you just take a coup in Africa, right? You just take a little
yeah.
two-op coup
DEFCON
in
three.
Africa.
Yeah, yeah. Take the coup in Africa. You can put ops in Czechoslovakia later. Well, I
Nope.
guess is the coup worth the 5 VP of Europe?
Uh boy, I'd really like to get into Africa for final scoring.
No,
It's also four. It's just a nitpick. It's four VP rather than five, because we will get one even without
that's
Dom.
true. No, nope, that's correct.
So okay, he's gonna
If
take the Dom back, which I mean it's fine because you're fine. You are. I guess he says, you know what? If I'm fine giving up the coup to get the Dom, but I think I would take the coup first and then fight for the Dom. Okay, well, all right. That's a fine play, but I think it could have waited, couldn't it?
Yeah, there was no rush on that. I don't think he was going to spend ops and put him in Libya. Although now Jinxi could coup Iran, maybe.
Yeah, boy, you hate to
He could
coup
use.
Iran in the late war, but he might have
Yeah.
to. He could honestly, you coup Lebanon.
Well,
You can coup Lebanon. Okay, takes it back. Finally
yeah,
takes the
no.
battleground. Coup rolls a 1. Okay, Michael dumps Europe for 1. There goes Ortega to space. And we're going to be able to discard puppets now.
Yeah, I guess our only choice is, do we want to do Korean War is what, 2 VP for a successful war?
Yep, 2 if we hit
Take
it. Pershing, yeah, 2 gets
There's
us.
another VP.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that France flip was big for Mathias. Jinxi getting Africa out was big for him. A miss on Brazil really hurts. So
Yeah, control in South America would have evened out the control we're staring down in the Middle East.
yeah, so this one may potential 13 in Middle East, which I think is 10 right now. If Middle East comes, I don't think I see a path for Jinxi. If it doesn't, and Jinxi can get off a South America Dom, then maybe. Okay, well, there's why we didn't see a coup of Iran.
Yep.
He had a space Ortega. Yeah, I like the jam, and you dump that. What do we get? Okay, this seems like it'll be good enough.
I think so. You've got a 4. Marshall's about to be, well, that makes it a
Okay,
little interesting, but
grain. What do you headline here? You can't headline salt because then France is getting realigned.
yeah.
So is it
That's not an option.
cultural?
I think it's cultural. I think it's nice having a face-up China card on AR-10. He doesn't get China card on AR-10.
Yeah.
And then Grain can't pull cultural. Oh, he's thinking about salt, but there's how much to salt for, even if you wanted to. Or even if
I
you
mean,
thought it was a good idea.
there's the usual suspects,
Yeah,
but but like if I'm salting turn 10, I want to salt for a card, not ABM or brush. I want to salt for a card that's definitely going to flip a battleground or is definitely going to give me VPs. I want to salt for a card like Fidel,
yeah.
a card like US
Or
Japan, card like Muslims, something that's definitely going to get me something on the board without rolling dice.
yeah, I mean a 5-point OPEC here. I
Yes.
could see that.
100%. Okay, going to pick up Purge.
Yeah, but what happens if Grain pulls Purge?
Yeah.
Well, okay, it doesn't.
Now you realign France at plus a lot, right?
Yeah. With 6 VP in there, you
Yeah.
realign France, then you realign. I mean, you could realign Uruguay, Brazil. You realign Mexico. Mexico's very realignable.
Yeah. I think that's a big mistake from Mathias allowing that. Let's see if Jinxi spots the opportunity to realign France. Jinxi might also have Middle East in hand and know that he has lost. But maybe he doesn't.
True. And under salt, all the coups are now -1.
Yeah. So this, I don't think he took UK back. Did he take UK back? Even if he didn't, it's still +3 on the realigns.
I think
In
he
France.
did because I think that's what. Oh, I'd have to count countries because Mathias has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, he didn't necessarily take it back. But no, that's still plus a lot. And you fail. If you horribly fail on the France realigns, well, then you just try to realign Mexico.
Yeah.
He's going to place ops and take control in South America. Okay, I mean, if he has South America in hand, that's
Maybe he's
not
thinking
bad.
about war games. Because that's 8 in South America now.
Yeah, and everything down there's overprotected, and our coups are going to be at -1.
Yeah. Also, it is also possible that Jinxi has teardown. We have not seen teardown. Is that right?
We have not.
So maybe he's thinking, you know what? I can get my real lines of France in at my leisure. Okay. Misses on the roll. Didn't take UK back, but now he will get it back.
Yeah, I'll get that. And now there's no way that Mathias is getting domination with Denmark and Benelux being able to be taken
Yeah.
with 2 ops.
So interesting he took Purge. I don't think he's going to event Purge. So I think I would have taken ABM instead, given that ABM can be a nice 4-op, but also an event. Okay, there goes that.
Either ABM or Brush. Brush is the... Not that we have any good targets, but it gets into South
China
America.
coup.
Oh. See, and this is why I like a cultural event would have prevented that.
Yeah, cultural event would have prevented that. Also, now you're going to trigger Purge. Okay, but now you get Jinxi gets another coup, and he's going to be able to protect Africa and maintain his control. I really would have wanted to get a coup in on Africa, even under salt, right?
Yeah. Oh. There's South America. So now we're stepping on the door of a Jinxi War Games.
Yeah. Okay. Now
We have an active kitchen.
Yeah. Okay. Now you coup in Africa. Oh, and he gets a 6. I don't like the decision there to coup from. Excuse me. I don't like the decision there not to coup from Jinxi. I would have rather him couped and then scored South America, but maybe he's worried about getting jammed there because he's purged.
He is purged, but everything's still protected. I mean,
Other
except
than
for
Chile, yeah, and jamming Chile, I don't know if that is a great play.
No. And we saw Iron Lady, so there's no. So Jinxi knows that Mathias doesn't have that.
Okay, well, Jinxi, if I'm Jinxi has this unless he has Middle East.
Yeah, yeah.
I was literally just about to say that this is Jinxi's game unless he has Middle East. Now,
Yeah, although the rest of
okay,
the board, other than Middle East, is looking.
okay, let's look at the board. Asia is even now. Middle East is plus 10, so that's 16, 17 with China for Mathias. Oh, that's huge. 21 now for Mathias, 22 with Europe. Meantime, 8 in South America, 4 in Africa, and then another 2 in Central is not enough. That is not enough for Jinxi. Yep, and he knows it.
Yeah. I don't know that I would have bet I or there. I mean, he knows it, but you still need taking Israel still worth 3, and
Yep.
protecting Mexico is worthwhile. I think the op in Yugoslavia might force a response in Europe.
Okay, 3-op realign in
Lines.
Mexico. Needs to get him out. He does. Ooh. Needs a 4, doesn't get it.
Nope.
So Central's going to go from 2 to 8. I still don't think that's enough.
No, I think he's still short by like 3.
You're going to see a poke of Panama with II war here, presuming that Jinxi has a 3-op with which to take Mexico, which he may not have.
True.
Middle East is 10, Africa, Europe makes it 11. That's 21, 22 with China. Africa's 4, South America 8, Central, let's call it 8. No, that's not enough.
Oh, and Asia's not even. Asia is 1 for the Soviets because of Japan.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's a good play.
That's probably his best. That's probably better than poking Panama.
Yes. Panama, at this exact moment, Panama's only 1 VP.
Poking, what's poking Chile worth, though? 3?
That would be, that's 5.
5? Okay.
Same as Asia.
Chile might have been better. Is it the same as Asia? Okay.
Same as Asia. Okay. Well, that'll be Mexico, Pakistan. It's going to be close, but I think Mathias had. Oh,
So close.
Oh, my goodness. What a game.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean, you could not have asked for a better opening All-Star game.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna just look at this board as we had it at the end. Is there anywhere else he could have put 1? I don't think so. No, there isn't. I mean, Afghanistan. Yeah. I mean, where did
instead of that 1 in Mexico, should you have put that 1 in Pakistan? But then you just invite the poke of Chile. So
let's see. Let's see where he went. Yeah, he had to put the 1 in Mexico. So sorry, folks. We're just quickly looking at this. Just as I saw Mexico, I saw Panama. Those were the 2 obvious ones. Was there a third? Oh, Indonesia.
What did the op in Indonesia get?
Indonesia didn't do anything. So yeah, you needed 2 into Afghanistan would have been good enough, but because of the purge, you couldn't do it. But honestly, Jinxi could have cooed and maintained Africa control, right?
Yeah, he didn't. There was no real rush to score the overprotected South America.
I mean, was there a war games Maybe he was thinking about war games. No, it wasn't, because it was only 4.
It was 4.
Yeah, there was not a war games issue there. But even if there was, he had
And
Middle East in his hand.
he had Middle East in his hand and he had OPEC in his hand. So he knew there was no way Mathias could score that many points.
Yeah, I think you need to know there that you have to have Africa control in final, and you have to hope that Mathias's hand is not good enough to win an ops war in South America so you can get your scoring off. I think that was a big mistake by Jinxi on turn 10, but a very interesting turn 10 for sure.
No, lots of decisions I would not have made on both sides.
Yeah, I didn't like the salt right away from Mathias. I didn't like the decision not to realign France.
Yeah, and he didn't end up realigning France.
Yeah, didn't have teardown
For South America. He went for South America control instead.
That could have been a 6 VP swing in final.
Now he had South America in hand, so
yes.
I think that gave him some tunnel vision there.
Yes, perhaps, but maybe I don't know, because you could have said, well, I can realign France, and then you could have tried to realign Brazil at even. Assuming you got him out of there, you could have realigned Brazil at even, I think, and maybe gotten at that. But I know he needed to lock in that 8 VPs, so that part I get. And it would have been enough if he had cooed and stopped Africa, and maintained Africa control.
Yes. Yeah, that would have been just enough.
Wild game, really interesting one. What a fun one to kick off the All-Star Series here on Action Round Zero. A 1 VP win for Mathias in the opener. So we're glad you joined us for this one. A tough start for our Seattle squad, Michael, but more games left to play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have been rooting for Jinxi this whole time, but close game by 2 good players. Real happy to watch. Thank you for having me on. I hope we get to do this again.
Yeah, hope so too. It was great having you here, Michael. Thank you for joining me. But that is going to do it for our coverage of this Twilight Struggle game, the opener of the ITSL All-Star Series. Thank you to Jinxi and Mathias for providing the video. Thank you to Michael for joining me on the air. Thank you, of course, to our executive producer, Anton Scott, for keeping us online and on the air. Thanks most of all to you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this game as much as we enjoyed bringing it home to you. But until next time, for Michael Stone, for Anton Scott, this is Justin Abramson signing off for now. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.
I heard a young father, a very prominent young man in the entertainment world, addressing a tremendous gathering in California. It was during the time of the Cold War, and communism and our own way of life were very much on people's minds, and he was speaking to that subject. And suddenly, though, I heard him say, I love my little girls more than anything, and I said to myself, oh no, don't say that. But I had underestimated him. He went on, I would rather see my little girls die now, still believing in God, than to have them grow up under communism and one day die no longer believing in God.